We will go ahead and get started in a seat. If you're in a child's pose or on your back, you can just stay there. Just find yourself in any position that allows you to start practice to integrate into this space. And if you haven't started the playlist, go ahead and start that. We'll begin at the first song. Wherever you're at, take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. One more like that, deep inhalation. Fill up a little bit more at the top. Exhale, release. One last one together, deep breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Begin to acknowledge your own individual rhythm of breath. It can be longer, it can be shorter. Just allow yourself to get into that flow, to integrate here into this space. So this week, I have been especially targeted by this one quote. It's kind of like a targeted ad, but I feel like it's more a targeted ad from the universe or a strange sign, or it's just freaky analytics that know me way too well. Either way, this quote has been popping up for me about every other day for the past month. And it goes like this. You gotta start romanticizing your life. You gotta start believing that your morning commute is cute and fun, that every cup of coffee is the best you've ever had, that even the smallest and most mundane things are exciting and new. You have to, because that's when you start truly living. That's when you look forward to every day. Let that all sink in. Unite that with your breath. We're in about, 4, 5, 6 months of quarantine. It's been quite the ride. And while it seems like our rituals and our daily routines are remaining the same, we do have control over our attitude, our effort, and our mindset. So I encourage you throughout class to romanticize those little things. Acknowledge the beauty in being able to take those long inhales, those long exhales, to move your body to be here at 5:30 on an evening. Find the joy and the beauty of being able to have hopefully a nice quiet space to practice, a yoga mat to ground you down, and all of the things around you that allow you to be here right now, right here. One more deep breath in. Sigh it out. Option to keep your eyes closed. Inhale your hands overhead as if you're in a mountain pose, but we're still seated. Breathe here, relax your shoulder blades away from your spine. Get a little bit taller in your chest. And even here, begin to activate your core a little bit. Tuck your tailbone down to the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, right palm down to your mat. Twist up and over with your left hand. Stretch into both of your obliques here. Maintain squareness in your hips, so your hips are facing straight at whatever you're looking at. On every inhale, find a little more length through your hand, through your spine. On every exhale, bend a little bit deeper. You can even bend that right elbow to get you further in. Inhale back to center, mountain pose in your arms. Exhale over to the left. Left palm drops down. Right palm comes up and over. For more intensity, find a deeper bend into your left arm. Just avoid dumping all of your weight in. So rather than going like this, see if you can engage your bottom oblique just as much as your top oblique. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spinal twist to the right. Drop your right palm behind your low back. Take your left palm, work it against your thigh so that you're hugging your thigh even closer to the center of your body. Now for here, some more intensity, just begin to twist gently towards the back of the room. On every inhale, lengthen your spine. On every exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, mountain pose in your arms. Exhale, take that over to the left. Left palm drops behind you. Right palm works against your left thigh. Work the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Continue to engage your abdominals as we work into a deeper little twist in our backs. Inhale, mountain pose back to center. We'll find a little flow. Exhale, twist to the right, drop your right palm down. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, spinal twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, side body right. Inhale, center. Maybe even close your eyes. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, spinal twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, palms to heart center, flutter your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. One more like that. Fill up a little more love, a little more light. Begin to romanticize those things around you. Exhale, share it with those around you. Release your palms down to your sides. We'll meet in a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips on top of your knees, untuck your back toes, flat back. Inhale, cow pose. Arch your spine down, gaze up, broaden your collarbone, breathe here. Press the mat away. Find more expansion through your chest and through your heart space. Exhale, cat pose, round your spine. Press your navel to your back, gaze between your thighs. Continue to press the mat away, really press into your thumb and your index fingers. Let's find some rhythm with that. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Continue here at your own breath, at your own pace. As always, invite in any other movements that feel good in your body. Roll out your wrists, tap out your toes. Maybe barrel roll your hips from side to side. Allow yourself to get comfortable here. And for those of you who joined, I'm going to attach the playlist one more time for you. Perhaps close your eyes. Block out any visual input. There's nothing to see here. Allow yourself to completely become present in this space. 2 or 3 more full rounds of breath. Balance out anything that you took with the right and the left side. And we'll meet back to center. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hike your hips up and back. Come high onto your toes, inhale. Exhale, melt your heels down. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Allow your tailbone to be the highest part of your downward facing dog. Gaze between your thighs. Spin your triceps in towards your face. Relax your shoulder blades down your spine. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Keep your feet nice and wide, ragdoll pose. Option to grab for opposite elbows or interlace your fingers behind your neck. Wherever you're at, keep a deep bend in your knees. Send the crown of your head down towards your space. Rock your weight from side to side. Bend into one knee, bend into the other. Bend your knees so much that your torso can hang right onto your thighs. Release your palms down to your space. Option to bring your big toes to touch or keep your feet hips width distance if you have any low back pain. Soft bend in your knees, slowly rise all the way up to standing. Shrug your shoulders together and down your spine at the top a couple of times. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale here, bring your palms to touch so they're straight overhead. Deep breath in, find a little bit more length, engage through your core. Exhale, reverse prayer. Bend your elbows, palms touch. Send your fingers to the nape of your neck. From here, abdominals are still super engaged. Option to gaze up towards the ceiling. Continue to hug your elbows in towards center. Inhale, mountain pose, separate your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Option to swan dive down, separate your arms, hinge from your hips all the way down to your space. Pedal into one leg, pedal into the other. Slowly come back to stillness. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide your palms up to your shins, gaze out in front of you, breathe here. Send your shoulder blades together and down through your spine. You may have to roll them back. Soft bend in your knees. Deep breath in. Exhale, high plank, plant your palms, step your toes back. Right away, press them out away, separate your fingers. Press especially through your thumbs and your index fingers. Lower your glutes 1 inch lower. Engage through your core. Gaze out towards the top of your space, maintain that length in your neck. Soft bend in your elbows. Engage your glutes, engage your core. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your palms right underneath your shoulder blades, untuck your back toes. Inhale, cobra pose, pull your chest away from the mat. Little to no weight in your hands, you should be able to float them up. Send your elbows back so that you can begin to squeeze towards your upper back. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, cobra, lift back up. One more like that, deep breath in, release down. Exhale, cobra, gaze towards the top of your space. Inhale, lower. Exhale, high plank or tabletop. Move back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, palms touch. Exhale, reverse prayer, reverse namaskar. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Set up for locust pose, untuck your toes, float your hands behind you as if they're in an airplane position. Inhale. Exhale, locust pose, float your feet up, float your arms behind you. Gaze down towards the top of your mat about, let's say like 4 inches in front of you. Lift up just one more layer of ribs. Squeeze your upper back together. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, high plank or tabletop. Downward facing dog. Pedal into one leg, pedal into the other. As always, the next 2 rounds of sun A are for you to take on your own. So I won't be cueing you. Just unite your breath with your movement. Start whenever feels right in your practice. You can do the same flow that we just did. You can add on, you can subtract. Beautiful, earthy boy. Hug your elbows even closer together on that one. It'll give you a little bit more engagement. After 2 rounds, we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. No rush to get there. If you just arrived and you want to turn on your camera, say hello. I would love to watch you in your beautiful movements in your practice and unite all together with that. Beautiful movements. Hi, Anne. There you are. Continue to move. Down dog is where we meet. Take your time. In your downward facing dog, you can pedal out your legs. You can begin to unite your breath. Rather than sighing out, you can take some deep breaths in. Exhale. Ujjayi pranayama, seal your lips. Constrict the back of your throat. Those breaths ignite heat, ignite energy, and keep us grounded. Great, looks like we're all back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink down, sink low. Frame your elbows with your ears. Bend your knees over your ankles. Gaze down toward the top of your space like we did in that cobra pose and in your locust pose. Knit your ribs together. Carve your tailbone south. Sink 1 inch lower. Yeah, I just saw that. That was all in sync. That was super cool. Shift your weight into your heels. Continue to breathe here. Activate through your glutes. And like we did in mountain, relax your shoulder blades down your spine. Deep inhalation. Exhale, airplane your arms. Sweep your arms back behind you. Once again, find that squeeze right here. Continue to ascend your pinky fingers even closer to the center of your body. Sink down, sink low, 1 inch lower. Continue to breathe. Take that little roll in your shoulders up and back. Create more space through your chest. Right foot is your base. Inhale, warrior 1. Step your left foot up and back to a 45-degree angle. You may have to adjust on your mat if you look like me right now and you're kind of back a lot. Bend your right knee over your right ankle. Back leg is to a 45-degree angle. From here, we work towards squareness in our hips. You may have to manually adjust with your hands, but please don't force anything in your body. If you're slightly diagonal, but your knees are right over your ankles, that's completely fine. I would prioritize that over any depth in your hips. Once you're there, send your arms above head. Relax down your spine. From here, spin your inner thigh up towards the ceiling so that you can continue to engage through your left glute just a little bit more. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. You'll feel your right glute start to turn on. Deep breath in. Exhale, eagle in your arms. Cross your left arm under the right. Bring your palms to touch. Send your elbows to shoulder height. From here, press your arms away from your face. Option here, if this is too much in your shoulders, we're just getting started, so don't worry. You can grab our opposite elbows, and this is your eagle. Wherever you're at, you can even do a single wrap like this versus going all the way around. Take any modifications in your body. Do what feels best. Deep breath in. Exhale, find a little back bend. Squeeze your elbows, gaze up towards the ceiling. Continue to engage through your core. Continue to magnetize your inner thighs towards one another. Inhale, humble warrior with eagle arms. Drop your elbows down to the inside of your right leg. So the elbows for me are on the left side of my body. Continue to squeeze here. Continue to gaze down. Deep inhalation. Exhale, eagle arms back bend. Come back to where we started. Inhale, humble, dip it down. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, humble, hold it here. Exhale, airplane your arms. Little halfway lift in your spine. Breathe here. Parallel your left foot down to your space. Inhale, reverse warrior, come up and over. Continue to bend your front knee over your front ankle. Relax your top shoulder away from your ear. Option to rest your left palm on your thigh. Option to find a half bind. Take it around your back and onto your right leg. Inhale here. Exhale a little bit deeper. Maybe roll at your wrist. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. High to mid plank. Shift forward, bend your arms to 90, gaze forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, untuck your back toes. Spread out your collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. . Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink down, sink low. Squeeze your inner thighs into face one another. Continue to breathe. If you feel any tenderness in your back, come out of it just a little bit more, or separate your feet to hips with distance. Yeah, beautiful chair poses. Sink 1 inch lower. I know you can. Yeah, there we go, AJ. Jonathan, I saw that. Deep breath in. Exhale, airplane your arms behind you. Find that same squeeze in your back. You should be getting this little muscle activation right there. Palms face down. Continue to squeeze. We'll move into warrior 1 on the left side. Left foot is your base. Inhale, warrior 1. Step your left foot forward. Right foot comes back to a 45-degree angle. Once again, square your hips or work towards that squareness. Send your arms overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink even lower into your front foot. We'll find those eagle arms on this side as well. Cross your right arm under. Bring your palms to touch, or same variations, you can grab for opposite shoulders, or find a little single touch here, maybe even interlace your fingers from there. Whatever feels comfortable in your body is what you should take. Find that balance between effort and ease, and correct anatomy in your body. Correct stability versus depth. Deep breath in. Exhale, little back bend. Gaze up and back. Continue to squeeze your elbows together. Find that activation in your upper back. Inhale, humble warrior. Dip your chest down. Send your elbows to the inside of your left knee this time. Continue to breathe. Sink the crown of your head down to your space. Continue to stack your left knee over your left ankle. Inhale, come back up. Breathe here for 1 second. Exhale. Inhale, dip it down. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, humble. Exhale, airplane your arms, halfway lift through your spine. Continue to squeeze your shoulder blades down. Stack front knee over front ankle. Find a lift, an elevation in your chest, so rather than hinging all the way down, we're engaging our core, we're engaging our obliques to lift us up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Back foot flattens down. Come up and over. Same variation, you can find that halfway, or that half lift. Not half lift, you can find that half bind. This is what happens when I teach after the workday for the first time. We all need some yoga. Continue to bend through your front knee. Continue to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid plank. Bend your elbows, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Huddle it out, deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. One more like that, deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. We do that again, beautiful movements. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, warrior 1, right foot is forward. Exhale, eagle arms back bend. Left arm comes under. You lift your palms up. Inhale, humble, dip your chest down. Exhale, back bend. Maybe even close your eyes. Inhale, humble. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, humble. Exhale, back bend, engage your core. Inhale, humble. Exhale, airplane arms, halfway lift. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet step or float to the top of your space. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one, left foot is forward. Exhale, right arm under, back bend. Inhale, humble. Exhale, back bend. Squeeze your glutes, inhale, humble. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, humble. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Option to keep your left leg high for akapata. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll throw that back in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, eagle arms back bend, right arm under. Inhale, humble. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, humble. Find your own rhythm here. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, humble. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Beautiful movements. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Option for akapata once more. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, utkatasana. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, warrior one, left foot is forward. Exhale, right arm under, back bend. Inhale, humble. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one, right foot is forward. Exhale, left arm under, back bend. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back bend. Last one, inhale, lower. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sweep the ground. Exhale, airplane your arms. Left foot is forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, right arm under, back bend. Inhale, dip it down. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, release down. Squeeze your left glute. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lower. My legs are shaking. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Exhale. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. 1 more on your own. We romanticize every single bead of sweat on your body. Any sort of shakiness, shortness of breath that we're feeling. We get to feel, we get to move, we get to be. And that's such a huge gift that we get to celebrate every single day. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Listen for your change. Flamingo, your left foot up off the mat, so you're kind of like a little flamingo. Knees to touch. Engage through your left quad. Keep that elevation in your chest. Point your toes, find one point to balance on. Continue to find those airplane arms in your body. Engage your core. We balance here for a little bit. Start to feel your quads activate. Your left glute turn on a little bit more. Bend your left toes even up higher towards your glute. Really find that engagement. Slowly bring it back, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, chest expansion. Expand your chest up, dip your chest back. Exhale, humble warrior. Same thing that we were doing, except this time your shoulder goes inside of your right leg and your knuckles punch up towards the ceiling. If this is too much on your knuckles, you can keep them down on your back. You can even release it just down, whatever feels comfortable in your body. But if you're looking for that extra shoulder work here, continue to punch the ceiling with your fingers. Square your hips down. The tendency is to open up to the left, but try to really spin your right thigh down towards your mat. Continue to breathe. You should be really feeling your right leg right now, your right thigh. If you're not, bend even deeper. Right knee stacks on top of your right ankle. From here, turn your back toes in so that they face your right toes. Pop up onto that left heel, kind of like a crescent. From here, begin to walk your back foot in. Airplane pose. Left leg lifts up. Right leg is slightly bent. You still have that interlace in your back. Send your fingertips back towards the wall to continue opening up your chest. Send your right hip crease up a little bit more. Flex your left toes, really lengthen your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Option to keep that leg high. Yeah, Rita boy. I see you. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Find that little flamingo, right leg lifts up. Balance here. Engage through your quad, engage through your core. Continue to airplane your arms. So the whole thing about romanticizing our lives is that we're breaking our habits that we're used to. or rather, our mindset around them. So for those of you who practice a lot, this may just be a natural thing in your body. But how can you find more love for what you're doing? Finding a difference for it. Bend your knee even more. Bend your toes even closer to your glutes. We're down in that gratitude that we can do that. And try to change up your practice from what we're normally used to. Send your right foot back. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers at your sacrum, at your low back. Inhale, chest expansion, punch it down. Exhale, humble warrior. Your left elbow, your left shoulder comes to the inside of your right foot. You can find that same variation in your shoulders. If you're looking for more intensity, your arms come straight up. Work the crown of your head down. Stack your left knee onto your left ankle. Shift your left hip back in order to find that squareness. Study your breath, maybe close your eyes. Send your back toes in. Slowly begin to rise your chest up. Walk your right toes closer to your left. Launch into a full airplane. Left leg is your base. Elevate your right leg up. Continue to punch your fingertips back. Square your right hip down. Flex your right toes. Bend into your left knee. Maybe find a little smile. Gaze at one point. Slowly lower back down to the mat with control. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Drop down to your knees, come onto your back. We set up for our bridge pose. Graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, bridge pose. Elevate your hips up. From here, you can slide your shoulders a little bit closer together. Send your knees pointing straight forward. Sometimes they like to come in or out. Just point them forward. Engage through your core to lift 1 inch higher. Continue to breathe. Find those open mouth exhales if you're looking to release a little bit of heat. Slowly lower your glutes down. Woo. Send your right leg out towards the top of your space. Hover your right foot. Send your left leg up. So you're kind of in this weird like L-shaped position. Interlace your fingers at your neck. Inhale. Exhale, zip your right leg up to meet the left. Inhale, lower your left leg down. Exhale out your teeth. Shh. Send the left leg up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Shh. Inhale, lower. We move nice and slowly. Exhale, lift. Shh. Flex your toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Send your elbows wide. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Continue here at your own breath, at your own pace. For more intensity, keep your legs a little bit straighter. And send them even further up towards the ceiling. Your legs should barely be hovering at the bottom. This activates our lower abdominals just a little bit more. Here for 3, Just 2, just 1. Hug your knees in. Supta Baddha Konasana in your legs. Press the soles of your feet together. Open your knees out wide. Keep your low back on the mat. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Connect with these vital life signs in your body. Begin to steady your breath. Close your knees into center and slowly bring yourself up to a seat. Grab some water, towel off. Redo your hair if it falls out because you're just practicing too hard. Take what you need here. We have like a minute or two, and then we'll get into some fun balancing. And as you continue to move into this next part, it's a little bit slower. It's more holding. And I encourage you to use that as an opportunity to practice romanticizing your life. And all of that starts right here on our mat. It starts with the simple things because eventually they add up to the big things. So we might as well practice it here, right? We'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Grab some water if you didn't. It is very hot outside. Hydrate. Keep your body nice and well. And down dog is where we meet. Hi, Judy. Poonam Auntie. I think I've said hi to all of you. Thanks for showing up to your practice. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, I know. Exhale, full eagle. Cross your right arm under the left. Cross your right leg on top of the left. So options on your legs. You can hang out here. You can find a double wrap. Your foot goes, I'm going to face you. Your foot goes all the way behind your calf so that it touches in the back. Or you can kickstand your right foot down so it's kind of like a little cross. Find that variation in your body. I always like to define it as a place in between effort and ease. You're trying, but you can hold it. You're not breathing super heavily. But you're pushing yourself just a little bit. Hug your inner thighs in towards one another. Send your hips forward. Keep your spine nice and long. Sink down just a little bit. Keep that length in your back. Elbows up to your shoulder height. Continue to breathe here. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Rise your left foot raise your right leg up. Mountain pose in your arms, breathe here. Flex your right toes to your right knee. From here, kick your right foot back, dancer's pose. Draw your right hand to your right hip. Keep your hand exactly where it's at, just kick back and reach for your toes. The tendency is to kind of like reach like this, but keep your arm out like you're serving your favorite platter of food if it's pizza. Hold that pizza straight up, don't let it drop. And kick your knees towards one another. Left arm comes straight up. And now begin to kick your right foot back just a little bit. Keep your chest nice and straight. We're not going fully into this. This is a different posture. Continue to work up. We work up and back here. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose once more. Exhale, tree pose, right leg to your left thigh or your left shin. Just avoid your knee. Draw your palms to heart center to start. Find that equanimity. And from here, begin to grow your branches. Allow your arms to expand in whatever way feels good in your body. We've done a lot of shoulder opening, perhaps to counter stretch rather than going back like I just did because that's my natural tendency. You can even go forward, you can go up. Do whatever feels good in your body. You could even take some circles. Find that fluidity, roll up to your neck. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure four. Right foot comes over your left thigh. Palms to heart center. Engage through your core. Sink down, sink low, like we're in a chair pose. Continue to sink down. Shift your hips back so much that your elbows can come onto your thigh. From here, option to try on flying pigeon. I recommend that you look up here real fast before moving into it. Root your palms down. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. From here, hook your right toes onto your left tricep. Bend forward. Find that chaturanga in your arms. From here, send your left toes back just a little bit so that they can lift up off the mat. Find that same quad stretch that we did in dancer's pose. Your toes come in towards your glute. Try that on in your body. I'll come and see on Zoom. Yeah, and root your palms down. I always have to scoot my leg back, like my standing leg, just because it gives me more space in my arms. It's all good. Different variations, we just try them on and we have another side to do it. Slowly come back out of it. We meet in a gorilla pose. Separate your feet hips width distance. Bend your torso down, hinge from your hips. Take one hand side underneath your foot. The other one does the same thing. Massage your wrists out with your toes. Bend and straighten. Work the crown of your head down. Slowly rise back up. Toes to touch your hips width, whichever is more comfortable in your body. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle on the left. Cross your left arm under your left leg over. Flex your left toes when you do it. Same variation, same options. The most important things are that your hips are straight forward and your spine is nice and flat. I see a lot of this in class, a lot of bending. Engage through your core. Keep everything nice and parallel. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, dancer's pose. Keep that left hand nice and flat. Reach back without moving your hand. Knees to touch. Inhale. Exhale, kick up and back. Square your hips forward. Keep the soft bend in your right knee. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, tree pose. Foot to your inner thigh or to your shin. Option to grow your britches. Take what you need in your body, in your practice. Maybe even try closing your eyes. Feel grounded through your right foot. Yeah, open through your heart space, open through your chest. Open to this idea of romanticizing the little things in our life. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure four your legs. Left foot crosses over your right thigh, sink down, sink low. Send your chest nice and high. Send your shoulder blades back. I'm gonna face you this way. We'll try on flying pigeon once more. Continue to flex your toes to your knee. Sink your hips all the way back. This is what gives you space in your back. Send your elbows down to your legs. From here, palms down onto the mat. And like I was saying, I have to scoot my right foot back. I kind of like hop it back because it gives me enough space in my arms to bend. So arms come all the way to 90. Elbows are to your thigh. Toes are touching to your right tricep. From here, gaze forward, gaze out. Maybe pop that right foot up. Wherever you're at, try to steady your breath. I'm seeing a shaking head from Anne. It's okay. Gorilla pose is where we meet. And in those moments, or maybe you're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. My body's not feeling it today. How can you romanticize there? You tried. Like I said at the beginning of class, two of the things that we do have control over are effort and attitude. And when we put both of those in from a positive space, we start that process of romanticizing every little thing. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. Exhale, high plank. Push it back to a down dog or move through a chaturanga. Whatever feels good in your body. We've done a lot of triceps and elbows. We all meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, swan pose. Send your knees straight forward. Your left leg straight back. From here, pop onto your fingertips, gaze behind you. Make sure that your left foot is pointing straight behind you. Square your hips forward. Option to stay right here. Option to fold over. Send your fingertips down to your space. Forehead to your mat. Option to find that same reverse prayer like we did at the beginning. So clap your palms together. Bend your elbows, send it to your neck. I like to massage my fingers, my thumbs into my neck. You can try that out, it feels good. Begin to rise back up, we'll switch that out. Move through a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, swan pose. Left knee comes straight forward, untuck both of your toes, glance behind you. Option to stay upright, option to bend forward. An option to find that reverse prayer, fingertips to the nape of your neck. Massage out your neck. Slowly rise back up. Come back to a downward facing dog. Drop your knees down to your space. Shift onto one hip, come onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, happy baby. Open your legs nice and wide. Flex your toes to your face. Rock from side to side. Flutter out your lips. Hug your knees back and towards your chest. Extend your left leg long. Let it rest down onto your space. Hug your right knee in. Deep inhalation. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your right knee over your body. Send your shoulder blades down to your space and gaze over to the right side of the room. Hug your knees back in towards center. Right leg goes long. Left knee in. Deep breath in. Exhale, supine twist. Gaze in the direction opposite of your twist. Press your left shoulder down into the mat. Hug your knees in towards your center. Send your forehead up to your knees. Give yourself a tight little hug. Thank yourself for coming to class. Deep breath in. Exhale your final resting pose. For Shavasana, spread your legs and arms out. If there's any other variations in your body, you're always welcome to take them. Stay exactly where you are in your final resting pose. And we'll end on the same quote that we began class with. You gotta start romanticizing your life. You gotta start believing that your morning commute is cute and fun. That every cup of coffee is the best you've ever had. That even the smallest and most mundane things are exciting and new. You have to, because that's when you start truly living. That's when you look forward to every day. Begin to wiggle out your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your neck from side to side. Make your movements a little bit bigger, roll out your wrists, your ankles. And in your own way, slowly come up to a seat at the top of your space, cross your legs. Draw your palms to heart center, flutter your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Deep breath in. Exhale. Draw your fingertips up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows. The light and the love in me sees, honors, and recognizes the light and the love in each and every one of you. We bow forward to Ceylon, our time and our practice together. From my heart to yours, namaste. As we continue to move into quarantine, as we continue these home practices, that, none of us really knew would last this long. Let's try to find that spark in it. For me, I'm used to going to yoga every single day at a studio. For the past 4 years in college, I would just walk down the street. A lot of you have practiced at that same studio. And now, since everything's on Zoom, it feels a little different. It's a little tougher to come back to my practice, honestly, because I don't have that designated space to do it. But what I do have is a mat and my body, and so do all of you. And that's honestly what it comes down to. It's just creating space. It's romanticizing those little things and creating those things that, like Marie Kondo says, spark joy in your day to day. So whether you have to schedule in time to do that or just spontaneously do it throughout the day, I encourage you to try that on, to enjoy every cup of tea or coffee in the morning, or even water if that's your thing, and just find a little smile when you do it, because it's the little things that create those great rituals and habits and become bigger things. Thank you all for showing up for yourselves and for your practice. So good to see you as always, and I hope that you have a great rest of your evening.